Now let's talk about markets for a few minutes here, with stocks closing out this quarter on a up note, especially when you look at a three-month chart like that. And we've had, last couple of months have been strong, let's put it that way. And we have our money guys that we've assembled here. That's what it says there, Jonas. Jonas, Max, Ferris, and Steve Leeb is here. Good to see you, Steve. How are you? All right. So, where is this market? You go first.
I think short-term we're okay, Connell, unless you get some sort of outlying number tomorrow, like no gain in employment.
In the jobs report, right.
And no gain in wages or wages down. I think the market's going to probably continue to head up, but not in a great fashion. And I think we're probably on borrowed time at this moment. But what my message is, gather those rosebuds while you may. Maybe I'm talking to myself.
Very deep.
But no, this economy's a mess.
Okay.
I mean, profits are down.
Now we're getting into it.
No, I mean, profits are down. I mean, we really can't get ahead of steam. Where's the growth? Productivity is down, what, 4, 4, 5% on an annualized basis? This is no way to run a business or a country. But right now, lots of money flowing in. I think we'll be okay for maybe the next few months.
Yeah, we were trying to interpret how all this would affect the election, which we can talk about in a second. But, Jonas, your side of this is what?
It was Bud. I think the stock market has made its recovery on the Fed's not going to raise rates this year. That's already happened. I think it's pretty clear we're not going to get higher rates and rampant inflation this year. And the market's recovered, as have European markets. The earnings are not there. They're going down and the market's going up. That's not going to continue for very long. Either the earnings are going to start picking up in a few months and catch up to the market, and then we can go to higher markets, or the market's going to fall back to where earnings are, which are down 5–10%, including energy, over the last year. So I think we've run out of steam without good earnings, basically. And that's that.
We've been talking for this whole show about the factors that may be contributing to this latest rally of the markets, and Fed, obviously, as Jonas says, the Fed, and you can talk about commodities, you can talk about China, but Gasparino was here last hour and we started to talk a little bit about the election, and his main point from people he was talking to was that this is bad news on both sides for the conversation that's being had. You have Republicans, especially Trump, that are coming forward with an anti-trade message that may be, anti-business, anti-markets, and you're going to hear more and more of that from the Democratic side, with Hillary Clinton being pushed to the left by Bernie Sanders, essentially. You think this is bad for the markets either way? Is there something to that?
No, I think the market.
You think Charlie's crazy, is what you're saying?
No, I think Charlie's one of the brightest guys around, to be very honest with you. I do. And all the respect in the world to Charlie. Don't put me in that corner. But I think that the markets basically know that what's being said in a campaign means nothing.
Right, that they'll change.
Absolutely nothing. Anyone that thinks Trump is going to build a wall, I'll sell them the Brooklyn Bridge. He's not going to build a great big wall. They're not going to do half the things that they're saying. And so I think the markets will see through this. I think what Jonas said a minute ago, yes, and I agree, and I said the same thing, is profits are down. And that doesn't give us a lot of running room. Now, what Yellen said, which was really interesting, basically, I'm not going to raise rates until we see higher commodity prices. Higher commodity prices will boost profits. That is true. If you're looking for a correlation, and it's just there, black and white, between profits and anything else, your best correlate is commodity prices.
Are we stuck here, though, for a while in oil?
I'm going to take issue with the wall's not going to get built logic, because I think the wall is going to get built if Trump was winning, because it's the only work projects plan that everybody essentially, most people want to have it built. That's why Trump's doing well. It would create jobs. I'm not saying it's good policy, but to say it's not going to get done, who's going to stop it from getting done?
He's already said he'll consider other alternatives. Yeah, but you're right about one thing. Let's just talk about what we can agree about. We need infrastructure.
The part that's dangerous in the Trump policy is not the wall, it's the trade tariff. It's the tariff.
That is, I agree. That would destroy this world.
Probably won't get through,
because
most people don't think having a trade war with other countries.
So that's why there's not as much negative market reaction. Just
because they don't expect. They think the wall's there. They don't think. But it depends where it goes. You could take the trade war thing in a way that would become very populist and could get liberals behind it, and it could get through Congress. And that direction wouldn't just be stealing our jobs, they're manipulating the currency. We've done the currency manipulation thing for years. It would be something a little bit more they're running sweatshops. These products are being made dangerous, like the lead, and we need to have the same regulations there that we have here. That would probably pass. It wouldn't necessarily start a trade war.
This becomes a major issue. Trade wars, this country is kaput.
Well, it's an issue now.
We've got to spend money on infrastructure, and we've got to
like a wall that you said isn't going to get built.
What?
Like a wall you said isn't going to get built.
Well, no, the wall would be wasted money, to be very honest with you.
What about a solar wall?
We have a grid that's over 100 years old. China has a smart grid that can run wind, solar, natural gas all at once.
Electricity
we don't have.
It's
China has vertical monopolies on graphite, rare earths, germanium, all of which we need to run a future country.
I've lost control of them.
Yeah, no, you won't, because they're not for sale. I hate to tell you, Jonas, not for sale.
Come on, Jonas.
All those, what you're saying is all those centrally planned ideas of what's a good, like a city to build in nowhere and a train to nowhere.
No, okay, all the cities to nowhere happen to border Shanghai. Have you ever heard of the Internet of Things?
Would you stay on your side of the table,
They plan 150 million megatropolis. We are so complacent and so behind in this country in terms, we don't get it.
You're saying we're not doing the good central planning.
No, we're not doing what Eisenhower did. We're not building an interstate highway system. That's what we're not doing. We're wasting a lot of money.
All right, I gotta go. I told you guys like 5 minutes ago we had to wrap up the segment.
Oh, I'm sorry, Connor.
I'm just joking around.
We've been on a commercial break for 5 minutes.
This is what happens when you get a baby boomer versus 2 millennials.
Jonas is not that old.